As we approach Thursday's CPI numbers, the markets are heating up for a very big move, potentially. And in this video, I'm going to give you guys a few of my opinions, setups I'm looking at, trades that I'm in, etc. regarding this inflation number coming out, again, Thursday at 8:30 a.m. US Eastern Time. So let's take a look first at the forex factory here, the news coming. Of course, the CPI year over year and month over month data is coming out. And what we're seeing here in terms of year over year, which is a big one, all three of these things are important. The forecast here is 7.9% inflation year over year. This is what the Federal Reserve, their goal with raising these interest rates, which I'm sure you've heard plenty about if you've been watching my channel or just, markets related at all. 7.9% is their expected outcome for inflation numbers going into Thursday. Now, let me just be the bearer of bad news. They have missed on this forecast many times recently. Several historical times have they basically called for a certain level of inflation and the number comes out higher than expected. Each time that happens, that tends to be a positive thing for the dollar, right? Higher than expected inflation means, oh crap, the Fed's going to have to raise rates faster. And every time you see that, that causes the dollar to spike. So as we come into Thursday's report, we have to take this number with a grain of salt to see if they're actually going to hit the numbers that they're forecasting, or if it's going to be another miss and things are going to be more problematic and more upside for the dollar. That's what we're discussing today. The other number, of course, to pay attention to is the core CPI number. Of course, this also has been expected to come out, this yellow line, by the way, that's the expected number compared to the actual. And you can see many times the actual number coming out higher than expected. So the question is, will that theme continue? And how could that potentially impact prices on USD related crosses, as well as things like gold and the S&P 500? Well, let's take a look. So taking a quick look at the chart, what we can see here is that if we look at the dollar specifically, the dollar has been pulling back pretty aggressively here and actually sits at support prior to Thursday's market release. So for dollar bulls, they probably want to see this thing hold support and rally off this level. This is probably going to be a catalyst that would probably be required, would probably be a miss again in inflation, meaning they're forecasting 7.9%. But instead it comes out as, 8%, right? And we miss. And that forecast is not hit as expected. That could cause some bullishness for the dollar. And again, going off of history, the last several times, for the most part, we've seen many misses in terms of CPI numbers or inflation readings. So as we go into the report, if you are bullish on the dollar, I think this is sort of your line of defense, right? This level of support that I've got, this should be green, by the way. Let me flip this to green, right? In terms of price action on the daily chart, this is the bulls' last line of defense, in my personal opinion. If this level breaks, I think we probably see more slip to the downside. And again, in this case, perhaps with CPI numbers, that's what we'll be looking forward towards in terms of a beat or a good number, right? Let's say 7.9 or 7.8% comes in. That could possibly put the dollar into a bearish territory in terms of markets, seeing that inflation start to come down a little bit. That's the loaded question that we're faced on Thursday's report. Now, I'll give you guys my opinion. I have dollar yen open already. I like it at support. I think it's worth the risk. And for my personal trading, I'm happy to take a stab long here on USD/JPY. And again, this is a bigger pullback. You're talking about a daily chart pullback. I decided, hey, you know what? To me, I think you're getting decent value buying the dollar yen here. Of course, I could be completely wrong, but I think we have a nice uptrend on the daily chart. Sure, the 1 hour chart looks kind of ugly, looks bearish, but to the credit of the bulls here today, I was looking at this trend line on stream today. You kind of saw something like this. So it will be interesting to see if the dollar yen can sort of break and retest that trend line prior to Thursday's report. It will be interesting to see if the market can rally off of a retest of this zone. And in my view, I am bullish on the dollar yen until and if we break underneath this 144.995 level. That's my stop loss. So if we break outside of this support that I just highlighted off of the daily chart, I will be out of the trade for a loss of $400. So that's a trade that I am personally in. I just want to show you guys when you watch my content, I will show you real trades, no nonsense, no fake stuff. We do it all the time on the stream. I try and show you guys live accounts and my personal opinions. Of course, I'm not making 50 grand a day or anything like that, but it is real trading. So I do like dollar yen. I'll continue to hold this one until I'm either proven wrong by my stop loss getting hit, or if we're able to rally, I'll look to trail stops and continue to trade this one on the long side. Let's talk about gold here, and I think for gold, we need to discuss something. So actually, we should pause here. We'll come back to gold in just a moment. Let me show you the market heat map. So the market heat map showing dollar yen a little bit up today with lots of other currency pairs like the pound dollar and NZD USD, AUD USD, these things giving back prior to CPI numbers. So again, we can go look around the room really quick and you see NZD USD, AUD USD, right? These ones are kind of coming down here prior to the release, kind of cracking, if you will, on their upward trajectory. So to me, it's like the market seems to be a little bit hesitant, a little bit fearful of that CPI number coming out on Thursday. And actually, pound USD from a technical perspective looking kind of interesting, though I don't believe we have a very strong bias from the Edge Finder. Now, if you're not familiar with the Edge Finder, it is our market scanning tool. For Black Friday, by the way, we're doing 40% off of this product. If you would like to get access to the Edge Finder, if you're a regular watcher of my content or live streams, then you know about this tool. This is our market software, and right now you get 40% off if you use the link and promo code that is down below in the description. Check that out if you're interested. Let's talk about some of the pairs. So I have dollar yen long. I already showed you guys that. We have a nice bullish reading overall. We'll see if I can make some money on that one. But another one that might be interesting is we could possibly talk about dollar CAD. Let's see if we flip things around. One thing that's kind of interesting here is you, of course, have the gold market kind of neutral. And I thought this was interesting for the gold bulls out there. We'll pull up XAU USD. If we look at gold, what you'll notice is that we've had a nice series of higher lows, right, coming into this market, some strength coming in here. And you have to ask yourself, how far can this thing run? Is it getting tired? Are we going to see gold start to collapse back down? We're seeing a little bit of rejection here. Is this the end of the uptrend? Well, my personal opinion is I think we have not flipped into absolute bullish territory or bearish territory for gold. If you're watching gold, I would honestly just be waiting for CPI numbers to come out to potentially give us a little bit more of a clue of direction and then looking to trade off the back of that. So what I mean by that is right now, I think we're pretty range bound. Here's your daily chart. You're coming up into resistance up at 1720, and we've rallied consistently off of support at 1625, 1630. So I think gold is kind of just in no man's land. It's just back and forth. Now, if you see a breakout on CPI numbers, that could be something where you get the break and retest and possibly gold looks to get long. Again, we'll have to watch and monitor how that all plays out to see if that setup occurs. Now, on the flip side, if gold sort of, if it sort of runs out of steam here and starts rotating back, I'm not necessarily super bullish on it or bearish on it because, again, trend looking really, really strong and just testing resistance. So we'll have to watch. I'm not really a range trader. I like to trade breakouts and continuation moves. So if this thing starts forming, one of these, we might have a different conversation. But as we currently speak, I don't have a ton of interest as we are just sort of tagging resistance in a range bound market on the higher time frames. So not a lot of interest there for me. If we take a look at Euro USD, still getting a neutral reading. You've got pound USD getting a slightly negative, but still neutral reading. So not a lot of bias there for me. Again, USD CAD and USD JPY both coming into a strong buy rating. So if I go look at, we already looked at dollar yen. Let's take a quick look at USD CAD. So USD CAD, the question is this thing bullish? And if you're looking at it on a daily time frame or probably even lower time frame, I don't love this one from a technical analysis perspective. So here's the thing, right? When you have the Edge Finder is pointing towards bullishness, but then the technicals don't agree with it, I still won't take the trade, right? The Edge Finder is just a bias filter. It helps me scan for better setups. It doesn't tell me, oh, well, now you buy it right here or you sell it right here. But I would watch out for dollar CAD. If it does decide to start putting in higher lows and we start trending, that's a different story. But where we currently sit, it's broken support and I can't really justify getting long underneath here. So although I am bullish overall fundamentally from the Edge Finder, there's still hesitation before I can take any trades on dollar CAD. So my one main idea after all this is I'm neutral on a lot of things right now. I don't have a ton of trade setups, but I do still like my dollar yen position. And again, I'm willing to, let's go back to it. We'll go to dollar JPY here. I'm looking to hold this one long until we break support here. If that breaks, I'm out. If we can hold it, I'll look to try and hold on to this trade and trail stops going forward. Of course, if I make any updates, you guys will see it inside of the private Discord channel. If you're not already in there, this is what it looks like. So I take all my trades and I share the full breakdowns. If you want to get these trade alerts sent to your phone or to your desktop, make sure to subscribe to the premium Discord version, which is down below in the description. You can also get yourself access to the A1 Edge Finder if that is something you are interested as well. Take advantage of our Black Friday sale, and happy trading. Thank you guys for tuning in. See you next time. It looks like you made it to the end of one of my videos. Thank you so much for supporting my content. It really means the world to me. And down below in the description, I put together some of my best resources for aspiring traders who are looking to improve. I've got some free downloads that could help you, some broker recommendations, and if you'd like to join our Discord or get access to some of our trading software, all of that will be linked down below in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.